Hi all, I have good news. So I just received an email from the Provost office a few days ago saying that I received tenure. Yay! So tenure is actually the process where we people in academia get evaluated within the past 5 years that we have done the work since we joined the university. So if I were to join another company or another industries, I may have the 6-month probationary period, right? So to try out whether I like the company, whether this is the job that I really wanted to do, whether this is something that I wanted to do long term, or another way to look at it is whether I am fitting with the company, or whether people in the company can work with me and people can get along and can go to have lunch, go to events together, for example. So in academia, tenure is basically that, right? So for example, in my university, I was told that I would have 6 years to get tenure, right? So actually it's not really 6 years. If people said they have 6 years, meaning year 5, they are actually so-called the year that they are going to submit all of their materials. Some universities may have lesser time or longer time depending on their handbook or regulations. So my friends may have actually 5 years, meaning they are going up for tenure on the year number 4. So you may wonder, what is the last year then, right? So that last year is called the grace period. For a lot of people, if they don't receive tenure, for example, they would have that year to actually work and also go back onto the job market and find work at another institutions or at other places that they would like to actually work. Receive tenure is actually a big accomplishment, and actually a lot of people say that actually people earn tenure, not really receive tenure, because we actually have to work to earn it. So the work that we actually have to do to receive tenure, basically, teaching is one of criteria for sure, because we have to teach as, faculty member in universities. We are teaching, and also we have to conduct this research studies. We also have to not necessarily conduct it, we also have to publish, and writing for publication is very difficult. It's a long-term process, and a lot of people find that very intimidating, and I plan on actually talking more about this in the future, which is something that I really enjoy talking. And also I have to conduct service, meaning I have to serve on different committees, on different capacities. I was on so-called first year reading experience, for example. So basically I would have to choose books for first year students or incoming students to read the work, and then they have other activities throughout the whole year for them. I also serve on diversity committees. So we talk about diversity in their curriculum, in studies, in hiring, in different capacities that university runs, and also committees on students' dissertation and anything else that they need to have, right? So and people may think, okay, so I received tenure, meaning that I can't get fired. Actually, that is a misconception. Of course, we can still get fired, but it has to be, probably a really big offense to actually get fired, right? So because we actually run by the faculty handbook, so we have the handbook that we have to follow. So it's not like this is the work for life. So some people decided to quit being in academia after 10-20 years, and they go out and they work on their own businesses. Some people turn themselves into consultants, or they actually leave academia altogether because they just finished the work that they needed to do, and they feel like, okay, this is done, I don't need to do this anymore. So and then like when you get tenure, when I get tenure, basically my rank actually was also changed, and that's also a sign of you getting tenure. So when I started off as a graduate from my PhD doctorate program, I joined the university and I was in the rank of assistant professor. And then I was there for 5 years. I just received tenure. So now my rank is now associate professor. And that is the distinguish between people who actually receive tenure and not, because when they introduce themselves somewhere else, so for example right now, a few days ago I would still introduce myself as, oh yeah, I am assistant professor, but now I actually have to change my title to be I am associate professor in certain departments, right? So that's a piece of information that I think people may not know about this. So thank you for watching, and please come back, because I also plan on talking more about academia and also writing for publication. That's in the future for sure. And also don't forget, if you haven't checked out the contest that I'm having at the moment, so please go to the announcement video and see what I have there. And I hope to see and hear from you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.